Right, so, new comics. Picked up, just got back from comic book shop, comic book store, and picked up some new books. So I'm going to show them off, and we're going to go through them. We're gonna talk about them, not review. This isn't the review video. The review video will be up later in the week, and it won't be a video. It'll be a stream. We're going to see how it goes, streaming it and getting the live interaction so I can chat with you guys, and we'll see how that works and if that's a good way of doing the reviews going forward. I always like doing the idea of having the review show as a live stream, and now that I'm more confident with live streaming, especially to YouTube, I think doing that live will probably be more interesting, more entertaining. First book, Moon Knight, City of the Dead, issue 5. I talked about this miniseries in the ranking every book that I read last year, last year's video. If you want to know my opinion on the previous 4 issues, this is the last one. So if you want to know my opinion on the last 4, go watch that video. I go really in depth with basically all of the books that I read last year. Black Panther number 7. I think this book's really going somewhere. I think it's going places, and if it carries on the way it's been going, then this could be in contention for best book of this year, as well as being in contention for best book of last year as well. I just think Black Panther's really great at the moment. Titans, again, I've been loving it, on a DC kick as of recent, so yeah, really enjoying Titans, and hopefully getting more deeper into the Beast World event as well. It's only a 4-issue mini, but I have picked up number 1 and 2 of Daredevil Black Armor. I've heard that it's not the best, but also it's only 4 issues, so I might as well bite the bullet on this. So, and if it's bad, it's only 4 issues. If it's good, it's 4 issues of good comics. And Daredevil's my favorite character anyway, so I've taken a bit of a breather during the Chip Zdarsky stuff, not because I didn't like it, but just because I got really behind. And a lot of books that I was really behind on coming into the new year, I've just dropped. So Venom I've dropped, Iron Man I've dropped, Superman I didn't even get the number 1 of that, but I've dropped it, and Moon Knight I've dropped. I know that's finished, but I was so behind I was never gonna be able to catch up, and I'm just gonna go in with the start of the new run, because I've got a decent idea what's gone on prior, so I think I'm pretty okay with going into the new stuff. And speaking of the new stuff, of going into the new stuff, Punisher's number 1 and 2. This is the new run with a new guy. It's not Frank, it's someone else. And yeah, I've heard only good things about this, and I'm very excited to get into it and to see where Punisher goes, because spoilers for the ranking every comic that I read last year video. The last Punisher run, the Aaron run, was my favorite book of last year, so hopefully it can keep up that momentum. It's not Aaron, it's David Pepose, who I haven't read much of. I think he does that Moon Knight mini, and I like that fine. So hopefully it will grab me as well. I decided to pick up Green Lantern #1. I know I'm fairly behind on this, but this is the one where I was like, I don't know if I want to compromise on it, because I've heard good things, and Green Lantern is one of my favourite characters, and I've already bit the bullet on the John Stewart series, and they're kind of in tandem with each other. They're kind of, and I have a feeling that if there's a event or crossover in the future, then I'm probably gonna be annoyed if I didn't pick this up. This is the only issue that I did pick up of Green Lantern today, because if I don't enjoy this one, then I'm probably gonna drop it. But I'm gonna give it a go anyway. If only because I'm reading the other one and I'm enjoying the other one, and I don't want to feel like an idiot for not picking up that book if there is a crossover eventually. Speaking of crossovers, I picked up Titans Beast World Evolution. This, from what I understand, is the kickoff book. This is the one where it's like, this is basically what would be an alpha issue for any other like event. So yeah, excited to see what that's all about, but also I'm going in there knowing that it's probably not, it's just all set up, and it's probably just going to be a big info dump, a big £8 info dump. Blue Beetle #4, I've been in love with this book. It's great, and hopefully it continues to be great. Daredevil #4, again, really like this book, and hopefully continue to really like it, and hopefully get into the stuff with, the stuff with Ben Urich, because that's the only thing that I really kind of been on the fence about with this book so far. But everything else is great. It's a different person on art. The fact that Aaron Kuda couldn't stick like to at least the end of the first arc is a little disappointing, but hopefully he comes back, because I did like his artwork. Guardians of the Galaxy #9, again, I've really been enjoying this book. Hopefully, because I think this ends soon. I think it's going up to issue 10, and then an annual, and then it's done. So it'll be a shame to see it go, because I don't think it's been given enough time to cook. But I also don't know if this has been the best Guardians book I've read, and I've read quite a few, and it's a shame it couldn't go for long enough to see it get to the 200 mark. And what I mean is not like go from number 9 to number 200. What I mean is the legacy numbering. For anyone that doesn't already know how legacy numbering works. Blade issue 6, again, been loving this book. So interested to see where it goes going into a second arc. The Adana's still out there. Blade lost. So, we're going into a second arc where Blade has to get help from Dracula. So that's all fun, and apparently Hulk's going to have something to do with that as well. So that's going to be interesting. Fantastic Four #14. This is bringing back the kids. It's bringing back New York, which has been gone for a year. Really excited to see where this book goes with Franklin and Valeria back in it, and also with Ben and Alicia's kids as well, because they're back as well. You remember that they have kids now? I bet you didn't, because no one read the last run. Avengers number 8, I've been on the fence about this book for a while. The first arc didn't really grab me, so I'm hoping that now we're into a second arc, and that issue 7 did actually grab me quite a bit. So now we're into a second arc. I'm hoping it keeps going up and keeps going forward, instead of kind of flagging. I don't want it to go back downhill. I want it to continue going upwards in quality. The Flash number 4. This book is amazing. If you're not reading it, you really should. Just pick up The Flash. It's a great book. The Flash is always good, but I feel like with Suspiria it's especially good. And we also have the Incredible Hulk issue 7. I'm not the biggest fan of the cover, especially the eyeball. But yeah, this book has been fine, I think, for the most part. It's giving me Immortal Hulk vibes. So if you were a fan of Immortal Hulk, then you'll probably be a fan of this. If you didn't like Immortal Hulk for whatever reason, I know I'm on the fence about it. I don't dislike it. I still enjoyed the stories that were told during the Al Ewing Hulk era, but I don't think it's not exactly what I go into a Hulk story for. I think the Donny Cates stuff was more along the lines of what I like from a Hulk book, even though that book had problems of its own. But I want it to feel like a blockbuster more than I want it to feel like a Stephen King novel. And I just think the Hulk being a horror character, as much as it makes sense given the origins of the character and given the way he was actually presented, and given like what his inspirations are, it makes sense to go the horror route with him. But I just prefer a Hulk that's just smashy smash all the time, and especially since we're gonna get like apparently we're gonna get like a Hulk detective story in the months to come, which I don't know if I'm looking forward to or not. It's one of those things that just sounds a bit silly. Philip Kennedy Johnson will probably do it well, but you know, is it something that I really want to sign up for with a Hulk book? I don't know. But I'm okay with what it's doing at the moment with like World War II Ghost Rider coming back, and Hulk's got to fight him. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, that's all of the books that I picked up today. I will see you guys later in the week for a comic book review stream. And yeah, I will also be live tonight on the day of recording, so that information doesn't really mean anything to anyone. But I will be back on the streaming grind, and live streams are now solely taking place on YouTube. Twitch is just weird. Twitch is just doing a lot of things that's just not healthy for the platform, and just not good for me in any way. So I don't really like using Twitch. I much prefer using YouTube, and I much prefer keeping everything on the same platform. But yeah, I'm excited to read these Psyched to get into them, and obviously that review stream coming later in the week. I've got a playthrough of Star Wars Jedi Survivor that I'm going to be doing throughout the month. We've also got the new Prince of Persia game, the Lost Crown, I think it's called, that's coming out later in the month that I'm definitely going to be playing on stream. We've got the God of War DLC, which I'll be playing tonight as of the day of recording this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. I haven't been doing that at the end of my videos recently, and I think that's why my subscriber count's kind of hit a lull. So yeah, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.